For the past 2 years as Alderman of the Ninth Ward of Evanston, I've been calling for reforms in our police department. It began about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, where we had other individuals in the Fifth Ward that were juveniles that were arrested after riding at night without a bike light on their bicycles. They were charged with resisting arrest. That was the first incident. And since then I've seen about 4 or 5 others. For example, we had another incident where another juvenile was arrested for riding without a bike light under suspicions that he was a burglar. They said that sometimes burglars ride at night without a bike light to avoid detection. I had an incident on Central Street where there was a woman. She had her children in her car, her minivan, outside of the Starbucks on Central Street. She went inside to grab a cup of coffee. They were watching a video and strapped in their seats. The officer came to the car, saw the children, didn't investigate that. They didn't investigate the situation in that sense. Went into the store next door, the nail salon, and said that asked for someone if the parent of the children in the minivan were there. Came out when they weren't there. She saw this happening and her kids crying and came out and inquired what was going on. The police officer said, normally in these types of situations, women don't respond the way that you are. Basically, in situations where they're going to charge you with abandoning your children. She's actually a public defender. She defended herself and she said, no, these aren't child abandonment. So eventually the police officer backed down. But then they went to DCFS and charged her anyways with DCFS violations. That's number 3. Then we come to Devon Reed last Thanksgiving, who was arrested for disobeying the orders of an officer in downtown Evanston outside the Panera. He was collecting signatures to get on the ballot and protecting his First Amendment rights. So that's 5. Supposedly to my colleagues on the council and the city at large, we said, this is a wake-up call with Devon Reed, even though I've been highlighting these incidents for 2 years. With Mr. Crosby, we saw the video of his arrest 8 to 10 months ago. To say that Mr. Crosby's arrest was a wake-up call is not true. That Devon Reed's arrest was a wake-up call is not true, because we knew about this incident with Mr. Crosby. So I thought to myself, if we're truly going to have an honest discussion, because after the arrest of of Devon Reed, we had the police come and there was no procedural reforms, there was no policy changes, there was no suggestion to actually do anything about the incident after Devon Reed was arrested. Again, that was their wake-up call that we talked about. So I knew about this video that was out there in the community, with our police department, and it needed to be in the community if we were going to have an open and honest discussion about what is going on with our police department. So to say that, there hasn't been a problem for over 2 years is not true. These are the complaints we hear about. We don't know what else is happening in this community, and we don't know what else is out there. And we need to have a full accounting of what is going on in order for us to move forward and truly address the problems in our police department.
Okay, so what exactly happened with Mr. Crosby that night?
Mr. Crosby was in my ward. He was fixing something on top of his car. I'm not sure exactly. It was paneling or something of that sort. It was dark out. A woman came by and said it looked suspicious, called the police and said that it looked suspicious that he was breaking into the car. Mr. Crosby realized what was happening and began filming the whole incident on his cell phone or on a camera in his car, and started driving to the Northwestern Police Station, which is at Davis and Ridge. About 2 blocks south of that, he was stopped by the police, and within being pulled over, within 10 seconds, he got out of the car with his hands in the air, and Mr. Crosby was taken down by the police. He was kneed while he was standing, and he was hit and kneed repeatedly while he was lying down for stealing his own car, allegedly. After that happened, the police charged him with resisting arrest and obstructing justice, disobeying the orders of an officer, and those charges were eventually thrown out. He also brought a complaint against the Evanston Police Department, was dismissed per our complaint review process, and he's since filed a lawsuit as a result.
Wow. And how did you get the city to release the video?
I thought about it for a while because, again, we're having this conversation about police accountability and the need for de-escalation in the community. And I thought to myself, because we've seen this 8 to 10 months ago, and I thought about, he's filed a lawsuit against us, and I looked at the city of Chicago, and the city of Chicago has actually released videos of police-involved encounters for shootings and such before a lawsuit was even filed. So if we're having, this after the Devon Reed arrest at Thanksgiving, we're having this discussion in the community about what our police need to be doing and how they respond in minor incidents. And I said, if we're going to have a true discussion of this and we need to hold the police department accountable and our elected officials accountable, this needs to come out. So I called for the release of it last Monday night.
Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.